You wanted the picks? You got the picks. The hottest picks in the world.
Friends, family, and confidants, we have made it to our final matchup on the Bellator versus RIZIN card. I am 138 MMA, and I'm going to break this fight down for you. In fact, this one's probably the one that I think has all the makings of a wild, barn-burning classic. And I know that sounds crazy. A lot of these matchups aren't very close. This one should be pretty good. In this matchup, we have Koji Takeda, I think that's how you say that, taking on Gadzhi Rabadanov. Both fighters are pretty accomplished mixed martial artists. For Takeda, only 3 losses in his career. He's got 15 wins. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He has fought a lot better competition as of late. On the Rabadanov side, he's 18-4-2 on the career, 4-1 in the last 5. Both fighters, good, solid talent. Both guys fighting some of the upper echelon in their areas. Rabadanov just breaking into that higher level over in the Bellator side. Takeda doing that on the inverse over in RIZIN. So in this matchup, there is a bit of a reach discrepancy though. Takeda he's 5'7" with a 68-inch reach, which normally that's a pretty good wingspan because that wingspan is longer than the height there. However, Rabadanov has a freakishly long wingspan because he's 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. And that's actually, he's used that to his advantage in most of his fights. Because what Rabadanov does is he has a very quick and rangy 1-2. His straight punches, they come fast and straight from a high guard. So he's protecting the face, and they just come straight out, no setup, just 1-2, snapping them like that. And something that a lot of people think is when you wind up and throw that big power shot, that's what hurts. What hurts is the punch that you don't see coming. And Rabadanov is quick at getting those 1-2s just right down range. Sometimes he'll skip the 1, go straight to the 2, catch you off guard. It's slick. I like it a lot. When I was breaking down some of his fights, he was able to actually flatten quite a few guys just with a quick straight right with no setup. It doesn't look like it has a ton of power on it. He's not really like winding up, like I said, but it comes so fast that nobody sees it coming. When you don't see it coming, it'll put your lights out. So for Rabadanov, I really do like that for his side. He's also a strong wrestler though, so anybody, if it ends in an OV, if your name ends in an OV, usually you're a pretty good wrestler. Rabadanov does not forget about that. He does bring the wrestling. He does have really good entries on his takedowns, and his top control game is very strong. So that can be a good advantage for him. However, Takeda's a bit more of a grappler than some of the other opponents that Rabadanov fights. So if you're Rabadanov, what you're going to want to do is probably keep this one on the feet, because Takeda, he does have good grappling. His ground and pound is some of the heaviest I've ever seen at 155 pounds. When you hear him throw even just a hammer fist, it's a thud. It's not like, you see those guys just trying to get those quick hammer fists and they're trying to get the ref step in. No, his sound like somebody just like, I don't know, hits like a tub of water with a hammer. Makes a big thud sound. I don't know how to describe that any better, but his ground and pound is solid. Don't want to get hit by that. So if he gets on top, Rabadanov could be in trouble there. For Takeda, though, he does... I don't know if I like this or dislike this. I put it as a positive. He's a big slammer. He wants to suplex you. He wants to pick you up and dump you on your head. That's the way he wants to get a takedown. He doesn't want to do a trip. He doesn't want to do a nice, cute little entry and take you to the ground and use technique. He wants to pick you up and make you feel it, which is great, but that expends a lot of energy. Now, I didn't see him gas out in any fights while doing this, but against a guy like Rabadanov, who's going to put up a lot more resistance than some of his other opponents, I do think that could come back to bite him. Takeda does have some solid wins, though, over guys that, you got a bit of a name value, like a Johnny Case, for example. Pretty solid guy over in the RIZIN organization. So if he's able to do that kind of stuff to him, I don't think it's a crazy stretch to think that it's possible he'd get that on Rabadanov. In this one, though, the defense is, I think, where it's going to come down to, which, for me, usually I like all offense, but both guys have pretty good offense. So we're going to look at the defense. I do think Rabadanov's a bit more defensively sound. He doesn't really take a lot of damage in his fights. Even when he does lose, it's not like he's just getting pieced up. He's not bludgeoned and bloody. So I don't see him getting beat up too bad on the feet, especially on the ground. That ground and pound that we talked about could be an issue. But the problem is Takeda on the feet does not have good defense. The reason why. So he tries to parry shots as they come in. He's trying to bat them away. It works some of the time. The problem is Rabadanov does not tell you that those straights are coming down. So when he throws that 1-2, I mean, maybe you parry the 1, or maybe you don't get any because he's already hit you before you even realize you're getting hit. Those are quick. When you're trying to parry shots, you got to really know a strike's coming. That works great against guys that like to wind up. Doesn't work so well against guys with no tell. So I think that's going to be a trouble for him. Another big issue is after he throws a combination, he goes to reset. And when he does, it's one of these. And he'll like bring the arms up and down and then reset. And that's just not a good idea against a guy with as quick of a jab and as quick of a cross as Rabadanov has. So for me, I actually think on the feet, which is what is surprising for a lot of people, I'm sure, that Rabadanov has a big advantage on the feet. On the ground, it's a little closer. Like I said, he is accomplished on the ground. Takeda is. But Rabadanov, probably the better striker. I would say so. And I would say he's cleaner. I would say he's more defensively sound. So for me, I'm going to lean Rabadanov in this matchup. I think he's a pretty safe play here. Takeda's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. I just think that there's more areas where Rabadanov covers all the bases, where Takeda is kind of coming up lacking. And guys, this was the last of the 5. If you haven't checked out the other videos, they're in the playlist that's connected to this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked this video, go ahead and tell me you liked it by clicking that like button because I appreciate that. And if you've enjoyed this, you're going to see more content like this on the channel. So do yourself a favor, hit subscribe so you know where to find all the stuff. Find all of my videos, and even better, go ahead and come back to these videos again before the fights start so you can get a refresher and maybe place those last few bets. Like I said, let me know in the comments who you've got, and I'll see you next time.